So I cannot not bring up the marketing side of entrepreneurship, okay? Because we know so many people who just love their product. They ideated something, they even built something, and it becomes their day-night focus. And of course, we know without telling the world, without raising the awareness, kind of what you're doing right now, right? There's no success as we envision it. So how do you see this balance being a founder and CEO, the balance between spending, right? Spending your time, your life on quality product versus really advocating for that product and for the people behind you?
So with work-life balance, that's a really, really interesting question. I'm someone who's definitely prone to overworking myself. And towards the start of my journey, I did burn myself out quite badly. So I made sure to really learn from that. But the one thing that has helped me more than anything else with developing a better work-life balance has been sort of this saying that starting and running a business is a marathon, not a sprint. And the key thing being there is that in a marathon, for pretty much all of it, you have to purposefully run slower than you actually could to make it the whole way, you know, in a sensible kind of time frame. And I think that the same thing is true for life as well. So whether, you know, you're a freelancer, an entrepreneur, just it doesn't really matter what you do, but just the idea that, you know, it's a long-term game. You have to pace yourself so that you can actually make it the whole way, is really key, and that's something that I've you know, that I kind of live by.
Fantastic, fantastic. Karl, I so appreciate your time today. This is amazing. I mean, I started conversation about technology, but you purposely diverted it to what makes us happy, to what makes us productive. Because again, humans are behind these tools, behind this technology, and these tools are for people. So absolutely, the more empathy there is in the world for your users, right? For your audience, for my audience, okay? The better, the stronger we'll become. Absolutely, Karl. Thank you so very much. In conclusion, we did talk about technology. We did talk about gig economy, and you precluded all my questions with with your insights and experience. And this is amazing. Okay, this is human interaction. You will not see this in ChatGPT. I'm sure of that. Okay, so just to leave our audience with few takeaways, could you summarize maybe some takeaways that they can remember this talk by?
Sure. Yeah. So I think first of all, like in terms of the technology side, I think a key takeaway is that ChatGPT, um, you know, I think it's worth thinking about it more as a tool you can use to advance, you know, faster and kind of work more efficiently. It doesn't matter who you are. There's probably a way you can you know, integrate it into your workflow. Think about it more as that than something that's going to like replace you or be some kind of like enemy or take over the world or something. I don't think that's realistic in the short to medium term at all. And then probably the main thing on more of the entrepreneurial side is to just kind of really be honest with yourself about your strengths and weaknesses, work with other people who have, you know, significant experience, change the way you think about failure. So, you know, seeing it as a learning process, as a really powerful learning process, because there's no better teacher, to be honest, at least in my experience. And ultimately, I think, you know, the most important kind of key takeaways, no matter what it is that you kind of want to do, you know, I think the best thing to do is just to take the leap, because ultimately choosing not to do it is a choice in and of itself, even though it feels like the safe outcome. But everything in life has risk. So ultimately, you know, I think it's worth giving it a shot because, well, fortune favors the bold.
Thank you, Karl. Thank you. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you for being a fantastic guest on SaugaTalks today. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.